G'day everyone, it's SDS Supercoach, providing Supercoach content for you. You can check me out on Twitter at Stephen D.W. Smith and also on Instagram at SDS_Supercoach_YT. Now, I'm here to present my round one review for my side. I've got a new computer because, quick tip, make sure if you've got a water bottle, make sure it doesn't leak. So that's what's happened. Little accident there. So here we are, new computer. Setting it up was a complete disaster. It's taken me about 2 hours, but we're here to finally record a video. So let's go to home. Got 2,191 from week one. Pretty poor showing from me to start the season, but luckily it's round one. We got a long time to go throughout the season to make adjustments and whatnot. Try not to overthink things. So yeah, 55K rank, not happy with that. But as I said, it's round one. We got plenty of time. So let's head into the team. All right. So as you can see, I've made a few changes, either from COVID reasons or just for other reasons, of course. But not too many changes, but the rookies here you might see might be different compared to last time. So, yeah, let's get straight into it. Jack Crisp got a 69. Boy, am I not happy with that. That is a hard pill to swallow. I had Jake Lloyd. I've had him in for the whole pre-season. He's out from COVID protocols. So I thought, I'll be honest. The obvious pick for me in replacement was Crisp, and boy, didn't he stink it up, big time, real pain in the ass. Yeah, so that wasn't good. Just seems to be in that real congestion with the halfback/midfield role, and it's going to get worse with Maynard coming into the side, who looks like he's going to play that same role. So not happy with Crisp. He's going to have to show me quite a bit in round two, score-wise and play-wise, because I caught most of the game. Oh, not most, about half the game. And whenever he had the ball, he just turned it over in the midfield. And that is obviously not good to see. A lot of clangers, not good. So I want a bit from in round two, because if not, he's getting chopped. Jaden Short, 109. Didn't actually play that well. I watched most of the footy this week, which I'm pretty happy with. But yeah, it wasn't good at all, I feel like. And I think it's a good thing, actually, that he got 109. The fact that he played poorly and scored 109, I'm pretty happy with that. 73 for Lachie Whitfield, just a bit inconsistent throughout the game. There were times where he could intercept, other times he just disappeared. So luckily, everyone's in the same boat with Lachie Whitfield. Basically, everyone has him that I know of. So I'm happy. I'm not as mad at Whitfield as I am at Crisp. But once again, I'm going to have to see a bit from Whitfield to hopefully build his case overall for me to keep him on the side. I'm sure I will, but I'm more frustrated with Crisp. That's for sure. George Hewitt, bang, 131. Wasn't that good to see? Just looked so comfortable in that Carlton midfield. Didn't tag, which was ideal. And yeah, he just played his own game, his own role. And Carlton obviously put in a terrific performance. Mitch Hinge, I don't think it was in my last team video, but I've brought him in because Sin didn't play. I've made adjustments to the side after round one, but Mitch Hinge, 50 is what it is. He scored pretty well up until halftime, and then he got moved into a different role and basically did nothing scoring-wise. Paddy McCartan, I'm happy to have him at D6. He's a decent D6 option for now. Can intercept, played pretty well. I caught the second half of this game. It was a good game to watch. In my opinion, I know we had Adelaide Freo, but I thought it was the best game of the round to watch, game of footy. But most games this round were fantastic to watch. Gibcus, 56. Yeah, this is what we're going to expect from Gibcus, who isn't really an intercepting type. He's really going to just be around that 50 to 65 mark with his scoring, if not lower. I don't think his ceiling's any higher than a 65. It's going to be a slow burner, but unfortunately we didn't have many options. Sam De Koning, I went to the Geelong Essendon game on Saturday. I got there at the second quarter, and I didn't barely see him because he was out with concussion. He's in the protocols now, so he will be hopefully Sin plays, but he will probably be my VC loophole for the week. Jack Mcrae, 133, bang, he goes. And I was happy to take his score. I captained Sin. I still kept him so he should be able to play early in the season, especially with Port with a few injuries out as well. So, yeah, Mcrae, beautiful stuff. Jack Steele, quite disappointing. And I've noticed a trend over the past couple of years that his round ones haven't been that great, but he bounces back. I'm hoping that's the case this year. But it has made me think, gee, everyone's just going to get him so much cheaper now, which is a real pain in the ass, paying up so much. And just for him already in round two, or after round two, is very likely going to drop down. His best break-even's 165, so I highly doubt he gets that. So everyone's just going to get him cheaper, which is disappointing. But we move. It's all good. I don't think he's made his case for me. I know we've only just started season 2022, but he hasn't made a case for me to start him next year if he's just going to start off poorly and drop down in coin once again. So, yeah, I probably won't start him next year, Jack Steele. Tuke Miller, he wasn't my captain. Mcrae was. I put the C on Sin, but Tuke Miller, fantastic performance, 137, just doing what he does best. He hasn't put a foot wrong so far this season. And that quarter, that half, he was on 82 at half time. So that was good to see. And he kept it up in the second half. So I'm very happy with Tuke Miller. Lachie Neale went bang. This game I actually didn't watch. I think this might be one of the only games this week that I didn't watch, the Brisbane Port game, where Lachie Neale just went bang. And that's lovely to see. It's such a good price as well. Maybe it just isn't that big of a difference because everyone has him, but I'm happy with that. Horn Francis, I saw the Hawthorn North game at the G, and basically he was looking really good in that half forward area where North were just playing too tall down forward, and he was just a bit of a burst of energy in that North Melbourne mid forward line. Nick Dacos, 98. From what I saw, he looked very calm, composed. He looked like at home being in AFL footy. Josh Ward, 36, disappointing. Got cramp late in the fourth quarter, so he had to come off. But disappointing. And he's going to have to show me something this week. Otherwise, I'll have to do a correction trade. There's quite a few blokes I'm missing, but he might have to go if the same thing happens this week against Port. Dylan Stevens, 59. He looks very solid as a pick. You don't need him, but I just think his role's fantastic, and I'm liking what I'm seeing from him. Josh Sin, I kept him because I think I saw a quote with Ken Hinkley saying he was stiff. He's going to get an early season debut, and I'm just like, fantastic. That's a trade that I don't have to worry about, where I'm very certain everyone's going to want him. So, yeah, Josh Sin, he was my captain. Happy to have him. Conor Mcdonald with a 48. He was a lot better in the second half. He looked very good with the ball. So him and Ward should get games every week. We've seen Sam Mitchell prioritising the youth in that Hawthorn side. They picked, Phillips was the emergency, medical sub. Hardigan was in the emergencies. Daniel Howe was in the emergencies. And they're all blokes that, based on their best 22, those three blokes should be playing when fully healthy. But they're prioritising the kids, and I think him and Ward have got good job security. Hoff, he was a lot thinner than I thought he would be. For some reason, I thought he was looking a bit stronger, but no. It wasn't the best of quotes by Adam Simpson saying that, he was pretty raw and and all that. So I don't think he's nailed on job security wise, but still happy to have him. And he's around the same boat as like Sheldrick and who's the other bloke? Saligo got like a 29. So glad I didn't end up going with him. Maxi Gawn, 92. He's round ones. He just starts off very slow. He'll build into it. I'll tell you what, first time in a while, I think set and forget might be the wrong choice this year with Witts going bang. A lot of other players doing pretty well around that mid-price range. So a bit disappointing, but at least I still don't want to have to worry about this side. I mean, these rucks, I think we've just got him. But, you know, if you went Witts, saved up about 200, you saved up about 300K and to spend elsewhere, and that's bad. Brodie Grundy, very solid. Happy to have him. He looks good and primed to be the first ruck, the high-scoring ruck this year. Hugh Dixon. Now, the problem was I actually had Dixon at F8 and Hayes at F3. So, yeah, you'll know that Hayes didn't get on field. But Hugh Dixon, 42, should stay on the side for a bit. I'm happy to have him R3. He's not that big of a deal to have there because of West Coast injuries, and I'm not that concerned if he ends up getting dropped or whatever. Normally what happens at R3 at the end of the day. Josh Dunkley, 117, very solid, must have, fantastic score. Zach Butters, again, didn't watch the game, but he looked very good from the highlights that I saw, and just looks comfortable. If he can stay healthy, that's a terrific forward option. Stephen Coniglio was fine. He was solid. Everyone has him, so it's not that big of a deal. He'll go up in price, so that's great. Still a good pick. Mitch Mcgovern with a 70. I thought he was just so stiff getting a 70 when, he finished the second half. He finished half the last quarter on the bench. So he's still going to be a good pick. He looks good. I'm confident with him. Will Brodie. I kept saying to myself, I hate the pick. I've picked him. And he looked good. He certainly looked good. I've picked him ahead of Sherry. But he spent 20 minutes of the last quarter on the bench, and I don't know why. Well, I do know why, is because he doesn't have a tank. He can't run out games. And I just think that's a massive problem. As good as he looks, that's going to be a concern. And that's like one of the reasons I had the Brodie pick. He can't run out games, and that cost him in scoring. And yeah, Sherry got a 79. I just hope that Brodie can just somehow outscore Sherry. I think they've both got pretty average job security between Brodie and Sherry. I got a bit spooked by Sherry when they were playing three rucks basically, but Coleman Jones isn't really a ruck, so maybe I was overthinking that. And yeah, Sherry outscored Brodie, so that's not good. I don't like the Brodie pick. I could easily see myself trading him out. It's pretty early on. Josh Rochelle, 118. Wasn't he fantastic on debut? 5 goals. Adelaide really stiff. Heath Chapman saved him and saved fucking owners because he was on like 50 or 60, something like that. And then he hit the spoil and he got an 80. So Heath Chapman on owners got out of jail massively. And that hurt my score, just like a couple of other reasons. But yeah, Rochelle was fantastic. He'll play 22 games this year without any injuries, I'm sure. Corey Durden, I had him as an emergency, not Hayes. But Durden looked very solid, and he's going to be a good keeper. Great job security as well for Carlton. He won't be going anywhere anytime soon. And Jack Hayes was St Kilda's best player by quite a bit. Just looked at home. Bit worried. It's going to be tough in that forward line to try to get him on the field because I don't know who you take out unless I make a trade. Unless I bring in Nick Martin or something. But yeah, Hayes was fantastic. Just kept kicking goals, and that's handy. I'm a bit concerned when Ryder comes back though. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, he looked great for St Kilda. All right, so that's my team. In terms of trades, I don't want to make any trades round one, but look, I don't want to use any of my trade boosts early in the season. I'm going to worry about that when I'm upgrading my premiums, when I want to upgrade, which is around 6 or 7, yada, yada. So I don't really want to use them, but I've got to think in my head, okay, how many correctional trades do you need to make? I already see Nick Martin. Like, this is before round 3 starts. I'm thinking Nick Martin, Matt Rowell, 1,000%. That was a terrible move. And I think going safe in the midfield's really cost me. If you went a bit out there with Cripps and Rowell, you got rewarded big time. I just thought, you know what, we've got 4 great scoring rookies right here. I'm not really sure that I'm going to need Rowell and Berry and Cripps and spend the extra money to get these mid prices. And that's really bit me on the arse, and that's why I'm 55k at the minute. So, but Rowell and Martin are 2 that I'm certainly going to look to bring in at some point. So I might have to make one trade this week, which I didn't want to do, but I'm just worried that I may need to make a correctional trade. I'll have to make a correctional trade more than if I don't make any this week, I might have to make more than 2, and I don't want to use a trade boost for that. So I might have to do one this week. So I give myself the best chance of me having the right blokes heading into round 3. So if you force me to make a move, Josh Ward has got Port Adelaide this week. Look, Josh Ward could go. I know it's only round 1. You sub in Will Brodie in the midfield, and you bring in, maybe I'm overreacting with Josh Ward, but where is he? Nick Martin. I'm thinking something like that at the minute with my side, and that would probably be how I field things. I feel really bad for having Hayes and even Durden on the bench, but I mean, I guess I'll have to choose between one of Hayes or Martin. I think Martin doing really well in a spanking makes me want to pick Martin over Hayes, because Ryder might be back this week, and I don't know how Hayes is going to score with Ryder and Marshall in his side. Even if he can stay in the side, he was their best player, but how's that dynamic going to work? I'm not too sure. But Martin certainly, and then that should give me, and then I'll find a way next week of bringing in Matt Rowell. That was a massive mistake on my end. I was lucky as well down back that Ridley didn't go too well. I know he was a bit popular, but he did 1 point worse than Crisp with the 68. So I think that's how I might be overreacting with Ward. So I'll have to give it some more thought. I don't really want to make any trades round 1. Ward's still a capable scorer, but I think Martin needs to come in at some point. And I also want a midfield forward. That's a mistake I made. I didn't have a midfield forward to swing. So this would help out a bit if I move Brodie into the midfield. And yeah, or I could move anyone I want, like Canelio or Dunkley or Rochelle. Probably maybe Rochelle actually, but yeah, that's how we went on in round 1. We'll look to do a bit better this week. I'm thinking of trying to do a series. I'm thinking of one at the minute, but I'm not sure if it's a great idea. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you, I'm sure, sometime this week. Cheers.